Hi, welcome to Shelley Studio, and today I am doing my mission inspiration project from the prompts from January. I know, I'm a little slow. I still think I haven't done November, but I did December. Anyway, the first prompt was to collage map fragments. Are two pieces considered fragments? This is some scrapbook paper that I got as a set from a trip, and I never ended up scrapbooking those photos. I think they're in one of those books you can have made instead. So I am just going to use the map scrapbook paper because I really like the color, and I think the color goes well with the color prompts. Let me see if I can quickly look to see what those prompts were, because I can't remember now off the top of my head. Okay, the colors officially are ruby, emerald, and amber, and I thought it was close enough. Which mine's more of a well, the amber might be okay. The turquoisey water is going to be my emerald, and the dark brownish reddish lines on the map, I guess that's my ruby. So the next prompt was to add one of the colors. So I got closest to amber that I could find and thought it would match the colors on the map. It's a bit bright, so once I put it on there, I'm going to wipe it back with a baby wipe so that it'll blend a little bit better. See, I kind of added that color into the land masses too, so it would kind of go, because it wasn't really blending very well. And here I just thought it would be fun to add this compass to my map, kind of fill in that center section a little bit, since it looks kind of disjointed, I guess. But the next prompt, which is after I do this bit of stenciling, because that's not in the prompts, but I think you can add anything you want as long as you complete the prompts, I think. So the next prompt is to add stamping. Oh, I think here I'm thinking I can darken the edges. I was not having luck with that. Doesn't look any different. Alright, so we're going to add some stamping, and I have some sort of postage looking ones and a stamp of a map. I don't think I end up using the stamp of the map because that's kind of redundant. And I'm just stamping randomly all over the place. Oh, there I do. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, but it's been a minute since I did this page. Alright, the next prompt was to add threads or fibers. I have such a hard time with that prompt. Every time. So I decide I'm going to put a little cluster down here in the bottom right corner using my Yucky Glossy Accents, and that's where my quote will go later. And I say yucky because it's turned yellow, so it works as glue. So that's what I'm using it for. Okay, the next prompt was spritz or spray color on your page. So I have some Tattered Angels that I've had for a while, and of course I can't get the darn nozzle to spray. So I pull out my water bottle spray bottle. Come on, Margel, give up. It's not going to work. So I take my water bottle spray bottle, just stick the end in there, and spray with it. Oh, and this color is actually called Emerald, I believe. It's sort of a green with gold mica, maybe? Anyways, you see quite a bit of gold once it's dry, and when the light hits it just right. Okay, so there's my spraying. I don't know where I went there. Okay, here we go. So the next was to add a triptych of focal points. Triptych means 3, and usually 3 things that go together. So I pulled out one of my travel brochures and just found some pictures of Europe. Well, those two are, I believe those are both Rome. And then I thought it'd be fun to have the ship. My thought was to have a big picture on either side and the ship in the middle crossing, but yeah. I end up arranging it a little differently, I think. Put all my paper frames away. I would tell you where I got those, but I've had them for years and years and years. I recently remembered where I'd stashed a bunch of scrapbook stuff, and that's where I found that. So now I'm just going to glue those frames on the pictures, and then we'll trim around it after. Alright, so they're all trimmed. Now I have to decide where I want them. Can't decide. Decide to just go for it. And I am just using an Elmer's Extreme glue stick. I like the drier glue rather than the matte medium, because I always have wrinkled pages when I use the matte medium. So hopefully that glue will be enough to hold it down. And I just noticed the horizon line on my boat is not level. Oh well. And tilted downwards. It's staying now because it's glued on. Oh, and that picture frame might be crooked too. Well, it doesn't look so bad for me in reality, so maybe it's okay. Alright, so the next prompt is to add a phrase, word, or poem, and then the prompt after that is to add journaling or handwritten text. So that's all going to be in one. You can see I wrote it there and added the ink after, and it kind of smeared the ink. So we're going to try that again. This quote says, "Traveling, it leaves you speechless and then turns you into a storyteller." So one of the words for inspiration was story. So that's how I came up with that quote. And more of my glossy accents as glue. And I'm just using my Stabilo pencil to create just a little bit, just a hint of shading around actually just the bottom and one side of my frames. Kind of give it a little bit of a cast shadow. Decided to pull out a marker and darken it just a little bit. And it looks like that's it. Well, it's like a little travel memorabilia. Anyways, I hope you liked that. If you did like it, please hit like, feel free to share, comment, and if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.